first, what you're going to want to do is heat up your hot glue gun, apply it to the bottom of your styrofoam brick, and put it into the bottom of your container. You're going to let that sit and make sure it's nice and firm in there. Next, I'm going to take my Spanish moss, spread it around on top of the foam, and use these greenery pins to stick it down. You're going to want to grab your wire cutters and start with the snow angel pine. So we're going to cut it off, leaving a 2 or 3 inch stem, and then on the back you can kind of see where the stem divides in half. So we're going to cut that top part off. Now I'm placing the top part to the back, towards the left side a little bit, and the other one to the front, towards the right a little bit. Next, we're going to take the frosted juniper, and again leave a 2 or 3 inch stem. And once again on the back, you'll see where it kind of makes 2 different plants, so we're going to cut off that top one. This top one is taller, so I'm going to put it in towards the middle by the snow angel pine. Then I'm going to take my other piece and put that on the front, kind of towards the left. For our last piece of pine, we're going to cut this into 3s. So I'm cutting off the top part, and then cutting one little piece off of the bottom, and then I'll cut the whole stem as the rest of that next bottom piece. This piece is the tallest, so I'm going to put it in the back. I tried the center, but it didn't quite look right, so I'm putting it to the right of that tall juniper piece. And then the next biggest piece I'm going to put to the left, and then the small piece I'm going to put right front and center. So you have a really nice full looking pot now. We're going to move on to making our bow. So you'll want your piece of wire, and you're going to unwrap the ribbon. There's a yard of ribbon here, and what you're going to do is have the back piece underneath, fold that top over to make a loop and pinch. Your loop should be about 3 inches, so a total almost of 6 inches. And then we're just going to match up the other side, make another loop and pinch together. Now the fuzzy side of our ribbon is what we want on top, so I just twisted it over, and then I'm going to loop underneath. So you're making like a 3rd loop on the bottom, and that's going to make the tails. So now what you'll do is you'll take your piece of ribbon, and what you're going to do is lay it on top of the bow where the center is. Then you'll bring the tails of the wire around to the back and twist. So the back is where that 3rd loop was that's going to make the tails. Then we're going to cut that 3rd loop open that is the tails, and we're going to fluff up our bow a little bit here, and we're going to put our ribbons in place where we want them. And then I used a scissor, so you cut from the outside up towards the inside, just give them a slight slant on the edges, and that will give you a great bow for the front of this bouquet. Then you'll want to use the wires on the bow and insert them into the styrofoam at the front of your bucket. And now you have a beautiful snowy arrangement to keep out all winter.